If you are over 60 and still sleep on your back, you might be unknowingly weakening your heart, reducing oxygen flow to your brain, and damaging your spine. This is not a sensational warning, but a conclusion drawn from years of clinical observation by a Japanese doctor who lived past 100 years old. We often believe that as long as we get enough sleep, the body will recover. But according to the latest statistics, more than 63% of older adults in the United States wake up feeling persistently tired, even after getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. The cause is not only age or sleep quality, but also the sleeping position used each night, which most people tend to overlook. In today's content, I will share with you 3 common sleeping positions that are harmful and 1 position considered a health insurance for the brain, heart, and spine after the age of 60 if you are in this age group. Please comment your country and age below. I will suggest the most suitable position based on your condition. When you are young, your body is as flexible as a spring. You can sleep on your side, on your stomach, or toss and turn all night and still wake up feeling fine the next morning. But after the age of 60, that is no longer true. At this stage, the spine begins to lose its natural curve, the lungs no longer expand fully when you inhale, and blood flow to the brain can easily be interrupted by the wrong sleeping position. The body can no longer adjust the way it used to, and just one incorrect sleeping posture can affect overall health after a few weeks, months, or even years. According to a study published in the Journal of the American Medical Directors Association, JAMDA, older adults who maintain poor sleeping positions have 28% higher levels of blood vessel inflammation and twice the level of daytime fatigue compared to those with healthy sleeping posture. This shows that sleep is not just about rest, but also a time when the body repairs cells, restores circulation, stabilizes the nervous system, and releases regenerative hormones. When you sleep in the wrong position, soft tissues, the diaphragm, and joints are more likely to be compressed. This leads to shallow breathing, lower oxygen levels in the blood, disrupted deep sleep, and reduced brain function night after night. You might not notice it right away, but if you often wake up with a dull backache, a foggy mind, a racing heart, or slight numbness in your legs, the cause might not be aging, but a repeated poor sleeping posture each night. Especially after the age of 60, every hour of sleep needs not only to be enough, but also in the right position so that blood flows well, oxygen reaches the brain, and muscles are properly relaxed. It is like watering a plant. If you water the wrong part of the root, the plant still wilts, even with enough water. The body is the same. If you do not support the vital areas during sleep, the organs cannot fully recover. Sleep is a quiet time of healing, but only when your body is placed in the right position. And unfortunately, there are 3 sleeping positions that older adults often choose, which are silently putting pressure on the heart, brain, and spine. First position, sleeping flat on your back. If you often sleep flat on your back, with your arms and legs stretched out because it feels light and comfortable, then this is the part you should pay the most attention to. Although it may seem from the outside that your body is completely relaxed, in reality, lying flat on your back can silently put pressure on the heart, lungs, and lower back, especially once you are over 60. When you sleep on your back, with your legs stretched out, the lower back and tailbone are in direct contact with the mattress for a long time. This can compress the lumbar spine and cause a dull ache or slight numbness the next morning. For younger people, strong muscles and discs can adapt, but in older adults, the reduced elasticity of connective tissues and muscles means the lower back can no longer tolerate this pressure like it used to. In addition, when lying completely flat on your back, The abdominal muscles and internal organs shift backward, pressing on the diaphragm. This muscle plays a crucial role in allowing the lungs to expand for deep breathing. As a result, your breathing becomes shallower, and the amount of oxygen entering the blood gradually decreases, especially during deep sleep when the breathing rate naturally slows down. According to a study published in Japan in 2018, people over 65 who frequently sleep on their backs have blood oxygen levels that are 12% lower than those who sleep on their side. They also show significantly higher levels of oxidative stress and endothelial inflammation. This not only makes you feel tired after waking up, but also speeds up the aging process of nerve cells, reducing memory and concentration. Another important point that many people overlook is that shallow breathing at night limits the oxygen available for the brain to clear toxins. This cleansing process is especially active during sleep. When it is disrupted, you may feel sluggish, slightly dizzy, have trouble focusing, and over time, experience a decline in quality of life. It is important to note that sleeping on your back is not always harmful for some people. With proper support such as placing a pillow under the knees to reduce pressure on the lower back or slightly elevating the upper body to assist breathing, this position can still be suitable. However, for older adults, especially those who often wake up feeling sore or mentally foggy, sleeping flat on the back is no longer an ideal choice. Ask yourself this: have you ever woken up in the morning with numb legs, a dull ache in the lower back, or light dizziness without knowing why? If so, the relaxing position you thought was harmless might actually be placing silent pressure on your entire nervous and circulatory system. Second position, sleeping on your back with arms at your sides. Many older adults believe that lying on their back with arms by their sides is a peaceful position that does not strain the neck or twist the body, and they automatically assume it is a safe way to sleep. But the truth is, sleeping on your back with arms at your sides can silently disrupt your sleep, increase pressure on the circulatory system, and stimulate nighttime bladder activity. If you are dealing with frequent nighttime urination, this is the section you should not skip. In terms of sensation, this position feels steady and comfortable because it does not compress the shoulders or twist the spine. However, from a physiological perspective, when you lie completely flat on your back after a long day of standing or sitting, fluid that has accumulated in the legs begins to shift back upward through the body. This increases pressure in the chest area and stimulates the heart and especially the kidneys to work harder to filter blood. As a result, your body produces more urine during the night, even during your deepest sleep stage. A study at Nagoya University, Japan, tracked 128 older adults with chronic nighttime urination. The results showed that those who slept on their back with arms at their sides had a 1.7 times higher rate of waking up to urinate compared to those who slept on their side with a pillow supporting the hips and lower back. This not only causes sleep loss, but also poses greater risks such as nighttime falls, disorientation, and blood pressure instability. Besides stimulating the bladder, this sleeping position also compresses the chest area, especially in people with reduced lung elasticity or chronic lung conditions. When the diaphragm does not have enough space to move effectively, your breathing becomes shallower, which reduces the amount of oxygen reaching the brain. This can lead to a heavy head, fatigue upon waking, and even daytime drowsiness. It is important to understand that every time you wake up to urinate at night, it interrupts the body's natural recovery process. If this happens 2 to 3 times every night for several months, the nervous system enters a state of silent tension, lowering the quality of deep sleep and the body's overall recovery ability. To improve this, some experts suggest Slightly elevating your upper body with a gentle incline pillow, or gradually switching to a side sleeping position with support for the hips and legs. Also, avoid drinking too much water close to bedtime, but more importantly, reconsider whether your sleeping position is causing unnecessary awakenings. You might think sleeping on your back with arms at your sides is peaceful, but in reality, it might be the reason you are getting out of bed at night, losing the continuous sleep cycle that is so precious after the age of 60. Third position, sleeping on your stomach. Many people have been used to sleeping on their stomach since youth and carry that habit into old age. They feel it is easier to fall asleep when lying face down on the mattress, hugging a pillow, and pressing their chest against the bed. But what few people know is that sleeping on your stomach is one of the positions that puts the most pressure on the neck, lungs, and spine, especially once you are over 60. When you sleep on your stomach, your head must turn completely to one side to breathe. This unintentionally causes the cervical vertebrae to twist for hours, leading to muscle strain, restricted circulation, and reduced blood flow to the brain. You might not notice this over a few nights, but after many months or years, it can lead to waking up frequently with a stiff neck, dizziness, or persistent tension in the shoulders and neck. Especially for older adults, the discs in the neck and lower back have already begun to flatten and lose their elasticity. When you sleep on your stomach, your body weight presses directly on the front of the abdomen and chest, flattening the spine's natural curve and forcing the lower back tightly against the mattress. The result is lower back pain, spinal misalignment, and a higher risk of inflammation in the soft tissues around the spine. A study from Osaka University Medical Center 2019 found that adults over 60 who regularly sleep on their stomachs have a 32% higher rate of neck and back pain, along with poorer sleep quality and twice the rate of daytime fatigue compared to those who sleep on their side with pillow support. Beyond the spine, stomach sleeping also seriously affects breathing. Pressing the chest into the mattress restricts chest expansion, making the diaphragm work less effectively and reducing the amount of air reaching the lungs. This is especially dangerous for older adults, whose lungs already have a lower natural breathing capacity and are more prone to oxygen deficiency when breathing is obstructed for long periods. One point that is often overlooked is that stomach sleeping can also put pressure on the stomach, liver, bladder, and other front-facing internal organs, especially when lying on a soft mattress. Prolonged compression of these organs can impair blood flow, leading to low-grade chronic inflammation, digestive discomfort, and bloating after waking. These are symptoms many older adults experience, but often attribute to diet or aging. It is also true that, for some people, stomach sleeping brings a sense of security and helps them fall asleep faster. But comfort does not always mean long-term safety. If you find it difficult to give up this habit, try using a very thin pillow or no pillow at all, and slightly bend one leg to reduce pressure on the spine. However, the ideal solution is to gradually shift to a side sleeping position with proper pillow support to protect the neck, lungs, and lower back, the most vulnerable areas in older adults. Have you ever woken up with chest heaviness, a stiff neck, or slight difficulty breathing while still in bed? If so, the seemingly harmless stomach sleeping position might actually be the cause. After learning about the 3 common sleeping positions that silently harm the health of older adults, now is the time to explore the position recommended by experts to protect the heart, brain, and spine, especially after the age of 60. That position is not sleeping on your back and not on your stomach, but gently lying on one side, with your legs slightly bent and a small pillow placed between your knees. This position helps maintain the spine's natural curve and greatly reduces twisting in the hips and lower back. When you place a pillow between your knees, body weight is more evenly distributed, reducing friction and pressure on the hip joints, knees, and lower back, areas that often feel sore in older adults upon waking. In addition, when you sleep on your side, the chest expands more naturally compared to lying on your stomach or back. This allows the diaphragm to function better and the lungs to take in more air. This is especially important because after the age of 60, lung capacity decreases by 20 to 30%, and the wrong sleeping posture can further reduce oxygen flow to the brain, affecting memory and mental clarity. Another benefit that is often overlooked is that this position helps the veins under the body return blood to the heart more easily, reducing leg swelling and preventing the heavy leg feeling that can occur in the morning. When the heart is not compressed, the heartbeat remains steady, blood pressure is easier to control, and the brain receives enough blood to start the day with alertness and clarity. So which is better, sleeping on the left side or the right side? The answer is both have benefits. Depending on your health condition, if you suffer from acid reflux or slow digestion, sleeping on the left side can help prevent food from backing up into the esophagus due to the stomach's natural structure. On the other hand, if you have heart issues, sleeping on the right side reduces pressure on the heart and helps you sleep more deeply without being awakened by chest tightness or shortness of breath. Side sleeping is not a new idea. In traditional Japanese culture, older adults are encouraged to sleep on thin futon mats, curled slightly like a fetus, with both hands in front of the chest and the spine kept straight. A study tracking over 500 older adults in rural Japan found that those who maintained this position for 5 years had significantly lower rates of back pain, insomnia, and nighttime falls compared to others. The important thing is not that everyone needs the exact same posture, but that you start from a neutral position, meaning side sleeping, with support, and no twisting, then adjust gradually based on your physical condition, medical history, and personal habits. As long as you feel comfortable breathing, not sore, and wake up feeling light and refreshed, that is a sign you are sleeping in the right position. Try changing your sleeping position tonight. Just one small pillow between your knees and a few gentle adjustments can help you sleep deeper, breathe easier, and wake up with your spine better protected. After the age of 60, the body no longer has the same strong ability to recover as it did in youth. Every night of sleep becomes more valuable than ever. But what matters is not just how many hours you sleep, but the position in which your body rests through the night. Through today's content, you have learned that sleeping on your back, though it may seem gentle, can reduce oxygen to the brain, cause back pain, and make the heart work harder. You have also seen why sleeping on your stomach puts pressure on the neck and spine, compresses the chest, causes shortness of breath, and increases fatigue the next morning. Most notably, sleeping flat on your back with arms at your sides can disrupt circulation, make you get up multiple times at night to urinate, and break the deep sleep cycle that is essential for older adults. All of this is not meant to make you worry, but to remind you that just one small change can make a big difference. When you shift to side sleeping, with slightly bent legs and a pillow between your knees, you are helping your spine stay aligned, your lungs breathe more easily, your blood flow stay smooth, and your brain recover more completely. So starting tonight, take a moment to observe your sleeping position. With just a small adjustment, you may reduce aches and pains, sleep more deeply, and begin each day with a lighter, clearer mind. If you found today's content helpful, do not forget to subscribe to the channel so you can stay with us for future videos on nutrition, gentle exercise, and natural solutions for senior health. And what about you? Do you usually sleep on your left side or right side? Feel free to share with us in the comments below.